Once in a lifetime. Your first win only happens once, but how this win happened might not happen again ever. In this year's first league finals, 4 game-changing cruxes on a 15-meter wall, each either ludicrously jaw-dropping or hiding climbing secrets I will break down cleanly, ending with a moment climbing may never see again. In lead climbing, climbers climb 15 meters high, 6 minutes, higher climb equals more points. 11 moves in, we have the first crux, where someone actually figured out an IRL shortcut. See if you can guess what it is, but let's first look at how they entered the crux. This one cross was done 6 different ways, most rocked onto the left foot, then hopping or reaching to the right. Helene was one of 2 who kept their feet, impressive tension and coordination, going dynamically while still clamping her left toe with her right heel. Erin did an inverse bicycle, push left, pull right, and did the move the most static. Oceania actually did it the best, but we'll get to her later. For the actual crux, it gets a bit spicy. It looks like a pretty chill sideways swing from one good hole to another. Sounds easy, right? For them, it probably is, and I bet $1,000 all of them easily flash it as a single move on the ground. What's not straightforward is the pressure. You only have one chance, right here, right now, and the safest way is to fling your body, let go of all points of contact, no fallback, no backup plan. You fail to catch, your competition is over. Some climbers crumbled under this pressure. Anna and Laura tried to do it while maintaining points of contact, or they could reach the hold. They were only able to reach the right side, just shy of where the good part is. When Laura realized she couldn't do it this way, she made full use of the heel hook, took a moment to chalk up and reset before doing this one small smart thing. She releases her feet and reuses the swing generated from the release to lashing, providing the perfect trajectory. Unfortunately, on the first swing, she hesitated and didn't commit. On the second backswing, she pokes her head left and adjusts her right hand. 2 tiny movements that cascaded into disaster. Facing a sudden change in swing direction, she had to kill the swing, chalked up a second time before restarting the lashing. This maneuver costed her 70 seconds for one move, but one handled this pressure really well. Guess how long Oceania took? With the simplest beta for the pre-crux move, smear the shit volume, smear wall, cross straight up, no fiddling on weird far feet needed. "9 seconds. But someone completely skipped both the pre-crux throw and the lashing. Yue Tong clips and tries to match the side pull. Struggles because the top is blocked and holding the blocker was too shit, so she matches her own hand, stacking them. Wait, is she going straight up? With this, she casually bypassed the entire crux sequence, moving so naturally you would think the route setters planned it that way. What an exciting start. 9 moves later, we have the second crux. While the taller climbers found an easier way, for one climber, it was complete disaster. The intended seems to be to plant the left foot here, cross the right hand through to the crimp beside the foot, then dropping down to the lower pink foot. The taller climbers maintained their toe, crossed over in a contortionist manner with the new opposition between the right hand and the left foot. They unravel while releasing the toe. How are they so composed and chill, hanging off one arm on a crimp? For Helene, none of the above seem particularly appealing. Oh, setters put a blocker here. How pretty. Anyways, let's match the hold. Oh, I'm supposed to go right hand here. Let me match this too. 2 extra matches for Helene, but still so chill. Until complete disaster for Laura. She plants her left leg far to the right crimp, crosses under and does a hand-foot match. Steps on the foothold, adjusts to a full crimp, kicks her left foot further left and toe hooks the shallow volume. The toe hook opposes the crimp, but the volume is pretty shallow so it's not the greatest. But the crimp is super in-cut and quite neutral, so it doesn't require much opposition. Right foot steps on the underside of the undercling, which can be clamped to oppose the left toe hook. Feeling stable, she untangles and grabs the foothold. Oh shit, this foothold is a foothold. Let me go back, adjust her left toe further left, and wraps around to grab the volume, switches the toe to a heel, chalks up again and heel slips, oh shit, finally grabs the undercling and walks the feet down. Now she has to release her left heel, but this swings her body right and she loses both feet, and tanking the swing with only one arm crimping is simply impossible. Oh, what? She actually saved it? Everything was screaming no, her fingers opening up, but she caught the left foot and with a nudge from the right smear, she pulls her hips up and to the left, adjusts the undercling, and then regrips the crimp. The next time you are falling at your limit, ask yourself, this isn't exactly a crux, just where many climbers fell because of fitness. But still a brutal move, a deep cross to a volcano far out high on a nasty vertical side pull. Helene managed a super high heel hook and has the flexibility and length to step the right foot far down. That's her signature match, but even with all that, she didn't have the juice. When we finally see someone break through, I think the cameraman fell asleep and we get this drunken, disorientating shot. Like, seriously, what in the world happened? After she made the clip, the sloper was too demanding and she had nothing left and did a Hail Mary hop to the undercling. Remember Laura? Laura who took almost 2 minutes on a singular move. Laura who expended everything to stay hanging on one arm. No way she still has enough to do this move, right? Okay, what the seriously? Her capacity is insane. Slightly different beta, she opted for a high step on the nearer lower foothold. The deep sit positions her center of gravity almost completely over her left foot, and this foot placement allows slight opposition against the right hand. After crossing, she looks stable. Goes for the clip. I actually missed this the first time. Look closely. Right as the footage cuts, she actually didn't get the clip. As they zoom out, we see she gave up on the clip and decided to go for the plus like Oceania. Annie clipped first, which is pretty insane given the vertical side pull, but watch her thumb pinching the boat hole, giving opposition, turning it into a thin pinch. Even with the pinch, it's incredible how easy she made this look, and then she simply reached with the deepest, most controlled cross, and in the same manner she reached to the undercling. All seemed well until here. Step left, then either forgot about the right foot or sight blocked by the volume, saw the crimp, oh shit I can't move, high right foot, oh dang I'm still stuck, yeah. Erin pinches the side pull too, goes for the cross first and then clip. After a few moves, we're back to the move where Annie fell. She didn't use the foot either. She did a high flag on the right, snaps to the crimp. Watch how her foot placements makes shifting her center so casual. Right leg push, left leg hook, ending with leveled hips and shoulders. Then she pushes her left hip out, giving space to whoosh back in. Caught the sloper, but oh dang, as she's struggling, gets the right foot up, and her left hand pops. Chaehyun does what Helene did, high left heel hook, right foot still on, and clips first. Then a mini match before crossing over while maintaining the heel, releases the toe while keeping the right foot, and re-establishes stepping nearer before trucking up all too casually. Back at the same spot, again the right foot was neglected. This time she steps up top of the volume instead. This placement provides less leverage than the wall because of the volume direction, but it is nearer than Erin's placement, which provides leverage over a greater distance. Pushes her left shoulder and hip the tiniest bit away before snapping to the crimp. Adjusts her smear even nearer before snapping to the volume. This configuration looks brutal, aggressively angled sloper, misaligned with the right hand, making it tricky and physical to compress effectively, and she falls while going for the next move. Hold up, Erin fell at the exact same move from hole 41. They both didn't get the plus score, which requires moving to the next hole. They sort of just fell and raised their arms. Don't worry, IFSC has rules for situations like this. It's boring, but we simply count back to semifinals results. Oh wait, they both topped the semifinals route. Okay, we still have a rule for that. Another comeback to qualifications. Wait, they have the exact same score in qualifications too. Okay, don't panic, we have one last rule. If following countback, any competitors are still tied, the faster climber wins. 4 minutes 26 seconds. They both fell exactly at 4 minutes 26 seconds. In a bizarre chain of events, two climbers tied first in all rounds, even climbing the finals route at exactly the same speed. This reminds me of the high jumpers who were asked, do y'all want sudden death or share the gold medal? They both chose to share. They didn't care about being the only winner. They loved that they could win together. For Erin, this was her first World Cup win, her first lead medal, and it wasn't an easy win either, with favourites like Laura, Annie, and Chaehyun competing alongside her. But the climbing world doesn't give you time to celebrate. In the next Lead World Cup in Bali, Erin qualified for finals again, Laura qualified, Chaehyun qualified, and someone joins the party. This someone is no joke. She's beaten Yanya in lead before. Aimore steps into the arena, and suddenly the finals field look absolutely stacked. The question hanging in the humid Bali air, can Erin win again? You are watching Chaehyun float up the first section, kinda like gravity didn't work on her. One of the most epic boulders in the world is defying gravity, the crux being this beautifully violent but controlled throw. New merch live. Have you heard of campusing with feet? You campus but pretend to use your feet. Try it, film it, and share your attempt in my Discord. You will get a 10% discount code on super soft quality guaranteed t-shirts, and 2 random winners will get a free shirt. Back to the video. So this clip is done 3 different ways, one of them pretty crazily. The first way we see is the most basic, left leg on a super in-cut crimp, right foot flagged out, both providing opposition to the juggy slightly tilted hold. Flora and Laura did a slight variation, hand heel matching the left hand instead. Flora goes to clip with her left hand, which seems pretty aggressive and slightly awkward, while Laura matches the jump and clips with her right hand, which looks way more comfy but requires 2 additional moves. Remember Aimori? You will not expect what she did. So here's the next clip she needs to go for. From this jump, let's watch what she does. Oh, matches the left hand. Wait, where is she going? She's still carrying on? This is the moment she realizes she forgot the clip. How on earth will she get out of this pickle? She releases the heel, matches her feet, walks her feet down, slides rightwards to the previous jump while maintaining a heel hook, matches hands like Laura, and gets the clip. A mistake that she solved calm and composed swiftly, but still a mistake. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite her. 5 moves later, they reached a pretty generous undercling where Rosa made the tiniest mistake. Can you spot it? Firstly, the hold is blocked but it's kinda hard to see exactly where. Let's first look at the goal generation position. Going right hand almost straight up, so we want our left hand holding the topmost part of the undercling, which provides the most reach and leverage. Rosa's first left hand placement was a tad bit too high, causing her next right hand placement to be high as well. When she bumps her left hand up, she realizes the top part is blocked and has to do mini bumps to make space for her left hand. Versus Oceania, initial hand placement was the tiniest bit lower, but look at her right hand, she places it, then flushes it to her left hand, preemptively making space for the next left hand placement. Small details, huge differences. Noise. 3 moves later, we reached the first real crux. 4 climbers did it with the probably intended way, swings the foot high over to the next crimp, hand foot match the in-cut crimp, and as they unwrap, campusing into the next crimp on the side. Flora does a super cool variation of this beta, still swings foot high, still hand foot matches, but notice how she grabs the right hand. She wraps around her left heel and grabs the left side of the hold, undercling style. This is low-key Giga Brain. You see for the previous beta, they tried to match exactly where their foot was, which results in having to release the foot to get their fingers in, but Flora wraps around to where there is more space on the left. She still does cut and faces the crowd, bumps the left hand further right, and hand heel matches the space created, which sets her up perfectly for the next move. Chaehyun and Laura had other plans. When you give crimps this wide and in-cut to some climbers, they're just begging to be matched. Chaehyun was much more careful, taking the time to slide her feet and adjust the left hand. From here it becomes a super trivial campus left on 2 banger crimps and an even more trivial campus in. More moves, but smaller, simpler moves. The last beta is what happens when you put a boulder specialist on the lead route. She gets her center right below her left hand and rotates into the cross. She continues rotating until she's facing the right. From here, she already has enough height. All she has to do is maintain the half lock and reach. She pulls up into a full lock, places a small smear far right, and snaps to the next left hand, timed with a knee kick straight up. Watch how this snappy knee kick rotates her whole hip, lifting her hips straight to the end position. While Erin obviously had quite a bit to spare, the same could not be said for some other climbers. Just 3 holes up, Rosa is running on fumes. She barely grabs the side pull, locks down a deep heel and tries to get some back, steps right and adjusts her right hand. Pinky slips back out, she nudges it back, unwraps the thumb for a pinch, steps the left leg and... really great attempt squeezing every absolute thing out, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. Which is a shame because 4 moves up we have the next crux and it looks crazy. They have good feet, a tilted blocked crimp on the right hand, and they have to stand tall into an extremely aggressive Gaston. Super small detail on the right hand. 4 climbers used their thumb to pinch the volume, the rest didn't for different reasons. One likely reason, pump. The more pumped you are, the tighter your forearms feel and the more difficult it is to open up your thumb. But when we look at Flora, who was the first to fall, which points to her being the most pumped, we see that she could still pinch the volume. This is made possible by one finger, the pinky. Keeping the pinky in requires a slightly different wrist position that makes keeping the thumb difficult with smaller hands. You can see I do the exact same thing, pinching the volume without the pinky. Laura opts to keep the pinky instead of the thumb and seemed pretty comfortable chilling on a full crimp. The climbers then receive 3 more tiny crimps to navigate through. Don't you hate it when they flush the crimps to the wall, so you can't get all your finger mitts in there? She isolates on this terrible looking crimp, but has pretty good feet and tries to clip. Elbows rising, sticks are high, but her breath conscious and stable. But clip not obtained, and she goes for a Hail Mary. Laura finds another clipping position 1 move down and clips from the further left crimp instead. Although she is further away, she is established lower at the perfect height to clip, and she actually didn't have to reach that far for the clip. Even coolly chalks up after. Aimori clips the same way, peep the left smear pointing as she slides right. Erin also clips on this hold, but had the height to establish even further lower. Here you can see her fighting the rope drag, having to do a shoulder press before clipping. So it seems like clipping from one hold before is the way. Wait, what's this? Chaehyun clipped it like Oceania, but so easily. Although the next hole looks worse, you have 2 really good feet that can take a lot of weight off the block crimp. But the box is quite small, and I'm 95% sure Oceania would have felt more comfortable clipping one hole before, with her height and span. If you disagree, let me know why in the comments below. The next hole is far out to the right, and Laura tried to lock on the right crimp and crosses left hand. Now, this right crimp looks incredibly small and slightly slopey. She pulls, fingertips grazes the hold, but slips and loses it. It's not over yet. She goes back left and resets, chalks up her right hand. She then spots a crucial foot, a side pull on the left, which gave her something to push against. Now she didn't need to pull as much, and the cross went much more chill. Phew, finally a good hold. She matches, does a full lock off, but the next hole still looked miles away. Now watch closely. First pushes her hips left and swings her arm back, then generates rightwards momentum 3 ways. Knee right, push off left hand, swing right hand right. All three generated with just the right force, and she reaches the side pool perfectly. She does run out of steam and does a Hail Mary jump, but setting an intimidating high point merely 3 holes away from the end. And then there were 3. Let's do a group activity on 3. It'll go like this: 3, 2, like, subscribe. Ready? 3, 2, like, subscribe. Oh, that was fun. This time it was literally impossible for a draw for Aimori since she didn't top the semifinals. To win, she had to score better than Erin and Chaehyun. A tie wasn't enough. And this was arguably the most pivotal moment of her climb. She tried to lock like Laura. Same arm, same leg locking is really inefficient, which makes this so impressive that she had so much left after that much climbing. Takes 12 seconds to match and chalk and take a breather. Takes 6 seconds to lock and try to swing her arm for the last bit of distance. Fingertips grazed the edge, but it was not enough. Takes 8 seconds for a small reset from that 6 seconds lock off. Takes 5 seconds to fully lock again. Barely misses it again. Takes another 5 seconds to drop back down, and by now she's a bit panicky and fully locks for the 3rd time. Left toe slide in, pushing the hips right, and barely reaches the hold. She tickles it for a bit before finally getting it to the good part. Her left shoulder and arm must be pretty tired, but her right, no problem. Steps left leg and goes slow and controlled up high to the side pool, then snapping into the Gaston. 1 move left, 8 seconds. Can she get it? Even though she timed out, that was an incredible display of climbing fitness, being able to finish the route after all that. Well, she still can win, as long as both Chaehyun and Erin fail to top. We saw Aimori and Laura do a nasty cross here. Chaehyun had other plans. Goes right hand again, and wow, this looks so chill. Gets the right foot on the higher foot like Laura, and reaches it chill with some despair. Left foot on a crimp, and does the 1-2 nice and controlled. Well, she chalks up here. Notice how she has a whole extra minute compared to Aimori. Surely she gets it, right? She prepares to go, and wait a minute, that looks actually kind of far and I'm kind of tired. Let's chalk up one last time. Take some recovery breaths. In and out. Locks in. Reaches up. Oh shit, it's okay, I still can recover from here. Jams the left arm, releasing her right arm to recover and chalk. Locks in her right again and looks up. Oh okay, oh shit, Aimori here being like, oh yeah, I feel you girl, while Laura looks behind to look at Aimori looking at Chaehyun. Now she steps the lower foot instead, which gives less reach for locking high, but more ergonomic for a small hop. And with this, Chaehyun locks in at least the silver medal. Since she's tied with Erin for semis, we come back further to qualis, where she placed 1 spot lower than Erin and Aimori, which means that if Erin doesn't top, Chaehyun wins. And if they both top, Erin wins from countback.